What is going on, guys? Mike here with Chit Chat Gaming. So yes, it's been quite some time here since you've seen a video from me. Well over a month now. I've been going through, lots of health, some mental health issues, and so forth here. And I want to go ahead and talk about that here today. I plan to hopefully, get things moving back forward. I haven't streamed on my Twitch in quite some time, and as I mentioned, as you know, I haven't been here on YouTube. There's been a lot of great things going on. I mean, geez, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom trailers. I have been posting on my Twitter as well too, at Chit Chat Gaming. So I try to keep up with everything that's going on. I just haven't really been buying anything. Like even like games like Resident Evil, 4 remake. I was so excited to play that game. I didn't even purchase it, which is a huge, a huge letdown for me, and definitely. Also, I purchased WWE 2K23. Spent like $100 on the deluxe edition of that game, or the icon edition, whatever it is here, and I haven't really even touched it. I played maybe less than an hour of the game. So again, a lot of things going on. Kind of want to talk about that here today really quick, and kind of give you guys an update on what's going on here. Maybe some of you, have some of the same experiences, and I can, talk about that a little bit here. I don't want to make the video too long, but again, I want to go ahead and share my experiences and stuff, what's going on here. So back in 2019, yes, I want to go back in time. I had some health issues where I was having problems swallowing food. So basically, when I would eat, I was getting, all started, I ate like an onion ring, really weird, and every time I ate, I would, like, after that point on, like my mouth would burn, and it'd be hard to swallow things, like stuff would feel like it was getting stuck, like on the side of my throat right here. Never had like anything get stuck where I choked, obviously, but like up here, it was past this part. But anyways, regardless though, it sucked. And then I was, like I said, I was getting like a burning mouth and so forth, and I got really bad acid reflux from it. So what I decided to do is I went to saw several doctors, had endoscopies done. They found some eosinophils on my throat here, which you're not supposed to have, which basically means that it could be a like an allergic reaction that's inside. Like, we're basically like almost like your immune system is attacking these protein cells. So anyways, regardless though, went and saw several doctors for that. I ended up just taking matters in my own hands, because I started losing weight like crazy because I just couldn't eat anything. So I went ahead and I took matters in my own hand. I completely cut out gluten, because I wanted to start there. Come to find out, when I cut out gluten and start eating gluten-free things, start eating more things, nothing that had gluten in it at all, I was, no wheat, nothing like that. I was actually doing a lot better. I could eat again, and things were fine. I started getting better. So I went and had another endoscopy done, and, they said everything looked pretty good. A little bit of inflammation, but everything looked pretty good. So I went 3 years, about 3.5 years, from that point, just being completely gluten-free. I lie, I did put gluten back in my system about 2 months after that, and I was fine for about like 3 months. I could eat it just fine, and then I started having the sticking again, and I stopped. But regardless though, for about 3.5 years, I was perfectly fine. As you guys know, I've been having a hell of a time here on YouTube and such, on Twitch and everything, just a great time. And then fast forward to November of 2022, I started having that burning again. I started having the same issues. I was having acid reflux again and so forth. And I was having problems swallowing my food again. And I couldn't figure out what it was. So obviously I had gluten eliminated. So I tried eating dairy, and sure enough, that happened. And I eliminated dairy, and I got better. So, I went back to the doctor again, back to my GI, and they're like, we think you have eosinophilic esophagitis, which is a disorder here where you, basically your immune system attacks, like I said, some of the food proteins and so forth. And unfortunately, blood tests can't do anything for that. So I went and got some allergy blood tests done, and it doesn't detect it. I was clear. I had no allergens at all. But again, though, this is all the food, the protein, so it doesn't detect that's in your throat. So regardless, though, I went and had another endoscopy done. Yes, I've had like 3 or 4 of these now, and they said it looked fine. They said there was no eosinophils, and there was no narrowing or nothing like that going on. So, which I thought was really, really weird, because I swear I had something going on. So anyways, I ended up cutting out dairy of my diet. So now I'm officially gluten-free at this point and dairy-free, which was horrible, guys, because I love dairy. I mean, ice cream, milk, my cereal, I was, like I said, I was cutting out everything that had gluten in it, and I was still able to eat dairy and so forth. So some of the major allergens of this is like egg, gluten or wheat, soy, milk or dairy, whatever, fish, and I can't remember, there's another one here as well too. And there's several of them here. So anyways, I had officially cut out now dairy and gluten, which was, like I said, hard enough already with just gluten for me. And going dairy, it was even worse. So I did that. I was fine. I started feeling better here. And then I started getting really bad stomach aches, like stomach cramps, like constipation, and I was a mess. Like I had such bad stomach issues for a while. I had to go get a CT scan done. I had to get some other tests done as well here too. Of course, was taking a bunch of different medications to help me go to the bathroom and so forth. And ended up figuring it out. Kind of started to get more regular and so forth. It sucked, but I could live with it. Anyways, I started getting better, and sure enough, I was, like I said, back to normal for the most part here for a little bit of time. And then here in early March, yes, like the first week of March, I just started having like weird like fullness in my ear, like almost like I felt like, it didn't happen all the time, but like if I was sitting there watching like a movie like from my computer, I just felt like my sound was off, like the acoustics were off a little bit here. So I started noticing that, and it was just really odd. So then, one Sunday I was watching the women's basketball NCAA tournament, and I did like a little app, on my phone here, did a little hearing app, because I was like, man, am I like losing hearing or something? Because like I said, things were sounding really weird. So I ended up doing a little decibel type test for my ears, which it gets pretty loud, and I don't think you're supposed to be doing it. It wasn't really a test. This was just more like different decibel levels. And I don't think you're supposed to be doing that. Anyways, I was messing around with the decibels, and I did 2 hearing tests. They came back normal. So I ended up getting off my phone, and I was like, all right, well, this must be something else. There may be some pressure or something, something allergies or something that's going on. So sure enough, though, shortly thereafter, I started having like a ringing in my ears, how it's called tinnitus or tinnitus, however you want to pronounce it. I started having it in my left ear. I could hear it, and I was like, okay, how usually you get it if you kind of mess with your ear a little bit, it will go away, or something just goes away. I mean, I get it off and on. Everybody gets it off and on. We always say when your ear rings that someone's talking about you. But in this case, though, I woke up the next morning and it was still there. I got no sleep that night because it was still there. It wouldn't go away. It just wouldn't go away. So I ended up going to the doctor because I was like, man, this sucks after everything that's been going on. So I went to the doctor on Monday, and they ended up checking me out here, and they said I have fluid in my ears. So I'm like, okay, can that cause this? And they're like, absolutely. We're going to need you to take some Flonase and like some Zyrtec, which I take anyways, usually later on, when the spring comes, because I have allergies. So I ended up just go ahead and taking that and such, and nothing. It wouldn't go away. So I ended up going to go see an ENT later that week. And he's like, there's no fluid on your ears. They lied. There's no fluid unless it's already dried up or whatnot here. Then either way, there's no fluid on your ears. So I was like, all right, whatever. So they ended up getting me back in for a hearing test. He wanted to do a hearing test with me. So I ended up doing that the following week, and come to find out that my hearing was good in the normal range, but they had said that I had a little bit of hearing loss in my left ear in the high frequency levels. So I'm like, okay, well, okay, and it could be from the tinnitus too, because they say that if you have tinnitus from hearing loss, that basically what it does is your brain is trying to find that noise, and that noise that was there originally that got damaged, and if it can't find it, it just gives them that humming or hissing or ringing or whatever it may be noise that happens. So that for me, that they said that's what was going on. So regardless, though, they said I had a little bit of hearing loss in the high frequencies, but not a ton. But regardless, though, they ended up saying that with my fullness in my ear, the foot pressure in my ear, and everything else I had going on, I do get vertigo. I've been getting vertigo since I was in high school. It's just something I've always gotten every once in a while. I get maybe 2 or 3 episodes a year, but they're not really too bad. I mean, I've drove with them, and they'll act up, but I usually get over them. I went and did some physical therapy for it as well here too, and eventually they go away. But I drove, I went out of town, went shopping with it before too. It sucks, but it goes away here. It's more not really so much spinning, it's just more unbalancement and so forth. So I ended up, he ended up telling me that I had symptoms of what they call Meniere's disease, and what that is basically it's an inner ear disorder that basically throws off your balance and can cause you to lose your hearing and such over time here, depending on how many vertigo attacks and how much damage and such it does to your ears. But regardless, though, you end up having issues, and this is non-curable. It's unfortunately a chronic disease. So I, for one, wasn't really taking that. I was at this point, though, guys, I was completely just mentally exhausted. I was done. I was just like, this sucks. Like I was losing weight because I was so mentally exhausted. My anxiety levels were so high. I was freaking out. Like I said, I've been through so much. Gluten, dairy free. Just in the past few months, the whole stomach issues, and then now we have this hearing issues, and I have this freaking ringing in my ears. Luckily it's not super loud, but either way, it's there. It's prominent. So it's worse at nights at this point. And so they're like, all right, well, now we need you to go on a low sodium diet. So now I have to add low sodium diet to my gluten and my dairy free, which again, I was not gaining any weight. I was losing weight, which I've lost about 7-8 pounds. And I was really weak. I'm starting to try to eat more now. I'm actually avoiding all that because I went and saw another doctor. I went to the doctor so many times in the last few weeks, but I went and saw another doctor, and she's like, we don't think that's what it is. You don't have all the symptoms of it. I mean, unless it's really early stages, we don't think that's what it is. But we need you to, pretty much eat back to normal and treat it as if it's not that right now. And so I've been trying to do that a little bit more here, but I end up losing even more weight because shortly thereafter, I started to get some issues with my leg. Really weird. Really weird. Inflammation in my left leg, down by my shin. It got really, I started off with a bruise, and then it kind of expanded to like a big red spot. It almost felt like a burn, like an infection type deal. And my left leg ended up getting like swollen up pretty good here. Not the whole leg, just like the bottom part of my shin. So I ended up going to get seeing a doctor for that. They thought it was like it could have been I went to the ER first of all because I thought it was a blood clot. I was like, oh my god, I have a blood clot going on here, and it was not a blood clot. They ended up doing an ultrasound, so no blood clot, but they ended up thinking it was some kind of like a phagitis, I think it is, or phlegitis or something. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, something like that. And basically what it is it's more of a it's like it's either a possible blood clot or not a blood clot, but either way though, it's in a vein that gets inflamed and it causes issues, and usually goes away on its own, which it kind of did. It's still there a little bit, but it's definitely, the pain's not there. I couldn't walk or anything. It was horrible. But now I can run, I can do whatever now, and it's pretty much gone. So I had that issue on top of everything else that was going on as well here too. So that was definitely no fun. So then fast forward, like I said, I went and spoke with some more doctors and so forth, and then I just started losing weight because, like I said, my anxiety levels were up there. I was in a very, very dark place here, which I'm still not out of yet, but I was in a very, very dark place to where, I just didn't want to be here anymore. I was just like, this sucks. I wasn't playing video games. I have not touched a video game for the most part for over a month now. I maybe sit down once in a while and play a game of COD or something like that, or just a little bit of WWE once in a while, or I haven't touched my Switch in forever. And again, though, the reason why is because I don't feel like I want to wear my headsets. When I stream, when I play with my friends, I wear headsets all the time, and I don't want it to bug my hearing or bug the tinnitus, make it louder, and I'm super nervous about that, so I haven't done that at all. And again, I really just been sitting at home, obviously going to work. It's affected my work, my mentality there, my motivation. I have zero motivation. I have zero, ambition to want to do anything at all. Even sit here and make this video, it took me a lot to sit here and do that. I haven't streamed, like I said, in over a month. But regardless, though, I see another doctor again tomorrow. I don't think it's going to do anything, but it feels good to talk once in a while and so forth and try to figure this out. Also on top of that, I went and got blood work done and found out that my ferritin levels are high. That's basically your iron. So my body is storing way more iron than what it should be. My levels are like at 420 or something like that, and they should be well below, according to the lab, well below 388. But regardless, though, the normal range that they want to see it at is below 90. So again, I'm at 420, so that is high. And the only way to get rid of that is by donating blood. Well, I can't donate blood right now because I don't, because of my weight, and my blood pressure is low as well too, because I'm not, I wasn't eating and everything else here too. So it's been a hell of a ride, guys. It's been crazy. I hate it. I hate every moment of this. I want to go back to normal. And that's one thing I've been doing, is just pacing the house, thinking about how things used to be. I can't even sit. At one point, I couldn't even sit in this gaming room because it pissed me off so much, because I see all the things that I love to do. All the things I did prior to all this, all the things I love to do prior to all this. I was actually trying to sell my PS5. I was trying to sell these arcade 1-ups. I was literally going to try to sell all my retro stuff. I wanted to literally box up all this stuff and put it away in storage. I even tried, I gave some of my figures, my wrestling figures, to my son. I opened them up because I was so mad I didn't want to look at them anymore, which is fine. They don't get played with anyway, so it's all good. You gotta look at the little things. It definitely makes you look at the little things in life, like like your kids and so forth, the things that I should have been paying more attention to that I unfortunately didn't, because we get wrapped up in this world as well too. So, but again, though, I decided not to sell a lot of the stuff here. Will I sell it? Maybe. We'll see. I don't use it, but I haven't done that as of right now here, because I really am praying and hoping that I get back to my normal self again someday. Will that ever happen? It's hard telling, but I really hope that someday I will. But again, I appreciate you guys for reaching out. A lot of people have reached out, whether it was on Twitter or on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitch as well too, and of course on YouTube. Some people have said something to me on some of my posts before too. So I appreciate it, guys. I hope to be back again here soon. I'm excited, yes, for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. The good thing is I can still play games for the most part, but I'm just not wearing headsets right now. But I'll definitely plan to be back here to hopefully talk about some new things and get back in the groove. But as of right now, I just need a little bit more time and a little bit more patience, and we'll get there hopefully. So again, guys, appreciate it very, very much. I hope to be back, and I love you all. You guys are great here, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out. I've definitely still got some subscribers and so forth, but unfortunately, the last video I talked about was AEW's Fight Forever, which we still don't have a release date for, unfortunately. So it's crazy because I made the video that Sunday and I was perfectly fine. It's so weird, guys. It's so weird. I literally sat there and made that video on Sunday, felt perfectly fine. I was playing video games with my headset, my friends, all day. On that Sunday, sat down, watched the NCAA women's game, and just like this, blink of an eye, everything started. So definitely make sure you enjoy life. Don't take it for granted. Everything you have, at any given moment, things can just go boom like that, and that right there is proof of it, guys. It's absolutely insane how things can go. So again, I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. It's Mike with Chit Chat Gaming, and as always, guys, happy gaming.